Chapter 18, Ashtavakra speaks. Salutation to the one who personifies bliss, peace and effulgence, awareness whose knowledge drives away all delusions. Acquisition of material objects does give pleasure and enjoyment, but eternal happiness cannot be achieved without renouncing them. Sorrow caused by performance of several deeds has scorched your heart with the heat of sun. Become still, give up desires, then alone will you find happiness. This world is nothing, it is just an idea. The essential difference between what is and what is not never goes away. Self is already fulfilled, absolute, immutable, without flaws and close at hand. It is effortless. It does not strive and is ever attained. When you realize the self by unveiling of the vision, all delusions vanish. You see clearly, you shine, all your sorrows are dispelled. All that is seen to exist is mere imagination. Self is ever free and is eternal. Knowing this, wise one acts like a child. Upon realizing that you are Brahman and what is or what is not is only imaginary, you become free of desires. There is nothing to know, say or do. When a yogi realizes that self is everything, he becomes silent. Such thoughts as I am this, I am not that, melt away. Yogi attains serenity, he is without pain or pleasure, distractions or concentration, knowledge or ignorance. A god in heaven or simply a beggar, gain or loss, in the forest or out in the world, there is no difference for a yogi who does not feel agitated by desires. A yogi free of duality, duty or righteousness, wealth or pleasure, discrimination mean nothing to him. He is above the notion of doing something or not doing anything. A liberated yogi has no duty, nor does he have any attachment. At heart, he has nothing to do. He just lives his life the simplest way. For the noble one who has transcended all boundaries of desires, delusions, universe, renunciation, or even liberation have no meaning. If you see the world, you may want to dissolve it. The wise one has no desire. He does not need to. He sees the world, he sees nothing. When you see Brahman, you meditate on it with a thought, I am Brahman. If you have transcended all thoughts of duality and see no second, who will you meditate upon? When you suffer distractions, you practice concentration. The noble-minded is undistracted and has nothing to accomplish. What should he do? The wise one lives like an ordinary person, but inside he is very different. He sees no imperfections, no distractions, nor any bondage anywhere. He is fulfilled. He is above the thought of existence or non-existence. He is free from desires. He looks busy and active, but does nothing. Staying active and doing whatever comes his way, he is never troubled. Inactivity or inactivity, he is ever happy. He has no desires. He is free and independent. He is fully liberated. And blown by the effects of his past life, moves like a dried leaf. He is the same in joy and sorrow. He has risen above worldly experiences, completely tranquil. He lives as if he has no body. The wise one delights in the self. He is pure and serene. He has no desire to renounce anything. He misses nothing. He stays in a state of empty mind. He does whatever comes his way unasked. He is different from the ordinary and is unaffected by honor or dishonor. One who knows and believes that everything is done by the body and not by the self, whatever he does nothing. The liberated one acts in a way but does not say why he acts like that. He is no fool. He flourishes in the world and stays blessed. Having withdrawn from the fluctuations of mind, the wise one achieves complete repose. He neither thinks nor sees, nor knows, nor hears. Since the wise one has no distraction, he does not meditate. He does not seek liberation. He is unbound. He sees the world and knows it is an illusion. He lives as Brahman. A man with an ego is busy mentally, does not act physically, yet gets impacted by the results of his action. A man without an ego acts physically but is free mentally. He is free. He is fully liberated. He is neither troubled nor pleased. He is free from action, desire or doubts. He shines. His mind does not engage in meditation or any activity. He remains in a state of meditation and activity without any purpose whatsoever. A fool hearing the real truth is mightily confused. An intelligent one, on hearing the truth, withdraws within and acts like a fool. The fool practices concentration and tries to control the mind. The wise one acts as in deep sleep. He rests and finds nothing to be attained. The fool does not find peace either in action or inaction. The wise one attains peace and tranquility merely by knowing the truth. In this world, men try all kinds of paths and engage in many practices. They do not know the self, the beloved, which is pure, perfect, enlightened, flawless, and beyond the universe. The fool does not find freedom by repeated practices of controlling his mind. The master, just by intuitive understanding, remains liberated and unchanging. The fool wants to attain Brahman but does not. The master does not desire it, for he knows that he is already one. The fool has no support. He is eager to attain freedom and keeps the word spinning. The master cuts at the root of the word that is cause of all sufferings. The fool looks for peace and does not find it. The wise one already knows the truth. He is always at peace. If a man looks at the manifestation of the world, he can't see himself. The wise one is not distracted by this or that. He sees himself, the immutable self. The fool tries to control his thoughts and mind. He never succeeds. The wise man who is happy, this comes naturally and indeed spontaneously. Some believe in existence, some think that there is nothing. One who thinks neither is rare and is free from all distractions. People with weak intellect meditate upon Atman and believe it to be pure and one, without a second. But they stay in a state of delusion and are unable to realize it all their life. A person who desires liberation tends to stumble always and can't function without support. The one who is already liberated stands on his own without any support. Senses and sense objects are like tigers. The timid ones run for cover and safety to the nearest cave to practice control and concentration. A man without desire is a lion. Seeing him, sense objects take flight. They quietly run away like elephants, and if they are unable to run away, they serve him like slaves. A man who is free from doubts and whose mind is one with the self does not resort to any control or for liberation. Seeing, hearing, touching, smelling and eating, he lives happily. Having heard the truth, he becomes serene with pure awareness. He becomes indifferent to proper or improper action. He is indifferent to inaction as well. The wise one behaves like a child, good or bad. He does whatever comes his way. Freedom gives happiness. It also takes you to the highest state. Freedom gives repose and peace. Freedom makes one discover the end of the way.